How's it going? This is Hoiman, and yeah, I've literally just had my first meeting. So, in my last video, I said I was planning to attend a meeting basically for people who have social anxiety to basically get together and just kind of give our voice, I guess, just start opening up to people we don't know, introduce ourselves, and it's basically just to kind of challenge ourselves, to kind of build our confidence to speak up to other people. And yeah, there was about, I want to say in total, there was about 20 of us. And as expected, I was very nervous. Leading up to the actual meeting, I felt fine, but then for about 10 minutes before, I started feeling a bit nervous. But yeah, I entered the meeting room, met the host, and then I introduced myself, and then the host was basically saying what the group is about, how it's a way to kind of challenge ourselves, to kind of come out of our shell and start having a conversation with people we've never met before, and to kind of build confidence and just kind of let our voices be heard, I guess. But then he did, after the introductions, he basically separated us into separate rooms. So I was joined by, I want to say, 4 random people, and we basically just, the host gave us a topic, and it was basically to, what was it now? It was to, so for the new year, what do I plan to learn for the new year, like a new skill or something. So we talked about on that topic. I mentioned mine, how I don't have anything specific, but because I'm currently in the progress of trying to find a job, I basically just said whatever job they can find me, that's going to be what I need to learn. So basically work experience. So I explained that, and then I heard what the others said as well. And I especially, I'm okay when it comes to listening, but when it comes to me talking, I just feel a lot of pressure, and I'm in the spotlight, and I start getting really hot and bothered and really start tensing up. But I think overall I did quite good. I basically met with others who was also into anime and video games and stuff like that. So we had some stuff in common. I even met, one of them was trying to learn to play the piano as well. So I kind of had that. I could kind of relate because I can kind of play the piano as well. So we just started talking about that and stuff like that. But yeah, I think overall it was quite good. It went on for about 2.5 hours, so quite a long session. But as far as I know, they kind of do the meetings I think it's every twice a month, or something or was it 3 times a month? But this was my first one, and I do feel doing this does help overall to kind of tackle my social anxiety. And it's also to develop communication skills, I guess. And it's also an opportunity to basically meet people who have similar issues as me. So, we had stuff we can relate to. And I feel that, it does definitely feel satisfying to actually be able to have done it. So I definitely do feel it's something that I want to continue whenever the next meeting comes up. So yeah, I'd say the first meeting overall went quite well, and overall I am proud of myself for actually going through with it and participating. So for the last couple of days, I haven't been feeling too great, just because about 3 days ago I suddenly came down with a bit of a fever. And I know there's been a bit of a bug going around because of the cold weather, so I don't know if it was that or because it wasn't warm enough and then I got a bit sick for the last few days. So it was technically a cold, I think, but I don't know, I just felt more tired, I guess, and just runny nose from it. And then it kind of got a bit worse like yesterday, and then today I'm feeling a bit better, but aside from that, my mood hasn't really been all that great either. And I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that I was sick, but I think it's just more just in general with my mental health. So like a lot of times my mood can just really fall apart and I can just feel really, really low, really depressed, sad, really hopeless, and just don't have much hope for the future, I guess. Like I just feel just really empty in myself, and sometimes it almost feels like this is gonna get into quite a dark trail of thought, but sometimes it does feel like I just want to go to sleep and then just not wake up again. Because at times I just do feel really hopeless, and it just feels easier to just drift off into eternal sleep and not have to suffer with my mood and mental health and stuff like that. And I know that's not really the right way to think about things, but I can't help but have these thoughts when I'm feeling just down. I try to keep myself busy by working on my book, mainly my drawings this past week. But I just don't feel much enjoyment from it. Like I do it for like a little bit each day, but then it just doesn't bring any enjoyment or excitement during it. Which is a shame, because I do enjoy drawing and designing characters in general, but I don't know, just not been feeling it. But at least I have still been making progress on it at least, so I guess that's something positive. But I don't know, my mood has just not been feeling all that great, and who knows, tomorrow I might just suddenly feel very joyful. I just never know with my mental health. But yeah, just overall, it hasn't been the greatest week so far. I'd say I've still been productive with my drawings, but other than that, just yeah, just feel a bit empty, very low. And tired as well. I mean, I got up really late today. Like, I went to sleep quite early last night actually, but I still just woke up pretty close to midday today. And even then I still feel tired. It just feels like when I regain consciousness in the morning, I just don't have the motivation to get up. It just feels like, oh, it's another day to drag through, basically. But I guess, I did get up and I did do some drawings today, and now I am recording how I've been feeling with this video. So although those are very small things, I guess in a way it's, big achievements for me, and it's something positive, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, genuinely productive, but not been the greatest week so far. So I've just come out of another social meeting, and there was less people this time, around 15, 16. So I feel that because it was a smaller group, there was more time to kind of hear from other people a bit more, rather than like a lot of people kind of trying to get a word in and then not say anything for a while, or not able to say anything for a while. So it was kind of more easier to follow, if that makes sense. But I think this time the conversation was quite deep. Not that it wasn't deep last time, but this time we were more talking about how many of the people in the group started cutting out people out in their lives due to various reasons, because like they're toxic people, or they're not friends anymore, or whatever. And they kind of started talking more about wanting to be surrounded by, wanting to have more quality people than many people. So basically wanting quality over quantity. And I think that kind of applies to me as well. Like, I told them that something I want to do differently this year is kind of come out of my shell and kind of push myself to meet more people, either through online or offline, just kind of interact with people a bit more, and to kind of help with my social anxiety. But at the same time, I have a bit of a habit of getting a bit too attached to people, especially new people. And it's something that kind of related when they were talking about quality over quantity, because I feel that in the last few months I've had about 2 people block me for various reasons online, and I just couldn't help but feel that it's my fault somehow. Maybe I upset them, or I said something wrong. At the same time, that could be the case for them as well. And I just feel that even after all this time has passed, I still kind of linger and kind of still ask myself, was it my fault? What can I do to make it better? But I'm trying to turn my thinking around to say, if that person would rather just block me out of their lives rather than talk about it and resolve the issue, then I feel that, that person is probably not worth my time and energy to repair the relationship. So it's like, that kind of comes back to quality over quantity. So I feel that if they rather just block me rather than resolve, then that's probably not a quality person that I should waste my time trying to repair. So I think in a way I have already been doing it, because the two people who blocked me, like, they don't really affect me as nearly as much as it did, say, 2 months ago or something. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn to kind of not be so attached. Try to let go a bit more and just try to find actual people that I create actual connections with and have a good understanding of each other, and people who are really there for you and me for them as well, and just people who care, I guess. I think those are the types of people that are the good quality people to look for. And unfortunately in this world there probably isn't much of those types of people, or maybe I should say there isn't those, like, there are a lot of those types of people, but then they may not connect with everyone depending on the individual. I don't know. All I know is that I'm still trying to find those quality people who I can really call my friends, I suppose. But yeah, that's the kind of things that they were talking about this time in the meeting. And it did get very deep at certain parts. And even certain parts, they were so deep that I had trouble understanding it, but I kind of knew what they were talking, like what they meant in the end, overall. But yeah, I think this is the second meeting I went to, and so far I'd say I am enjoying it. Like, I'm meeting a lot of people who kind of say or talk a lot about things that I can relate to, or I have a general good understanding of where they're coming from. And these are things that maybe not everyone can understand or aren't really aware of. But I suppose it just kind of feels nice that I'm surrounded, or I'm in a meeting with people who are very like-minded to myself, because I've always felt so isolated and lonely. But now, speaking and engaging with other people of similar minds, it does help lift the mood. It's kind of therapeutic as well. And it kind of makes you think that you're not as alone as you think you are. But yeah, overall I'd say the second meeting went well, and I do definitely plan to attend more of them as they come up throughout the weeks. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.